Hey guys, my name is Kyle LeForge, and I am the audio and lighting engineer for Coastal Community Church. We are based in Parkland, Florida at our broadcast location, and then we have a secondary location in Lighthouse Point. Recently, we had the opportunity to check out Telycam's Explorer SE PTZ camera. For us, it was a requirement that we needed something that could do 4K 60, and so this allows us to have the highest quality with the frame rate that was needed. One of the things that we were looking for as well is multiple output. We use NDI natively. Because of that, we're constantly using that camera and sending it directly over NDI to our TriCaster. But then we also wanted to be able to record to an SDI recorder that's right next to the camera. One of the things that we would love the idea of was having something that could follow our pastor as he moved back and forth across the stage and not having to have an operator that was constantly in this. There's always an opportunity for our volunteers to call in sick. And if that were to happen and I didn't have a backup volunteer ready to jump on our main camera, having a PTZ allowed for that person to not be there, and we could still have somebody following pastor, and that would be our Telycam camera. One of the things that we were really excited about with this too is there is a 30x optical zoom. And so what we're able to do is actually keep it in focus as it zoomed all the way in and all the way out. And we had an extremely wide shot, as well as when we were trying to zoom in and keep it close on pastor, we could keep that and it still looked crisp and genuine. There are some preconceived notions or preconceived ideas about what a PTZ camera does and how it looks. I've always been a little bit skeptical, especially because not all PTZ cameras are the same. I've seen a lot of really bad ones. And so as we brought this into our mix, again, I had all of those thoughts. But what was really nice is as we brought it in, I realized that the camera itself has a Sony sensor on board. And so it made it really easy to actually integrate with all of our other Sony cameras. And so it looked very similar, and we had to do very little color correction to get it to match what our other cameras were already doing. When we first got the Telycam Explorer SE and the VJoy controller, setting up was actually extremely easy. I have not set up a PTZ cam before, and I have not set up a controller to operate it. The moment I did it, I realized how easy it really was. I simply put the controller down, I connected it to our network. I did the same exact thing for the PTZ camera. And what's actually really nice about that is it also allows for you to have PoE++. And so I don't even need a power cable. It actually is powered off of PoE. Within this camera and controller, you're actually able to restore those presets and recall them in different moments. And so for worship, I had a couple presets panning across the band. And then there was also moments that I just wanted it to track the pastor. And so I was able to do all of that from that VJoy controller and make it so easy so that as we were going through, this was not something that a volunteer could not do, but it was so easy for them to jump in, set it up, and roll with no experience needed. I was actually really, really impressed overall with this camera and controller setup.